today's video, I'm going to give you 5 things every shooter overlooks for perfect accuracy. So you're at the range, you think you got your fundamentals down. Most shooters do until they miss over and over and over again. If you are still struggling to shoot tight groups, chances are you're overlooking at least one of these 5 critical things that makes or breaks your accuracy. Let's uncover them so you can finally shoot with confidence and consistency. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is most shooters blame the ammo. They blame the sights, but they never blame themselves. So let's take example of number 1 and say the very first thing I think of is inconsistent trigger press. This is the accuracy killer for number 1 for most people, is they are not pressing a trigger properly. They're either pulling the trigger, they're jerking the trigger, they're just putting a lot of pressure on that trigger, which is causing an inaccuracy issue. What happens is when we cut that shot or we have a sloppy, inconsistent trigger press, we end up pulling the sights off of the target or where we're aiming at, and that becomes a lot of our issues. So what we need to work on is some dry firing at the range and at home to get us to understand how much trigger travel is in that trigger to make us more consistent. Our job is to isolate the trigger press to a point where we understand it completely. Number 2 is an unstable grip. Most people are over gripping or under gripping or not gripping at all or not touching the gun. A lot of put thumb on the pistol, then put your other thumb on top of that. So you're stopping your skin from touching the firearm. We need to control the firearm. A pistol is one of the hardest things to shoot because you only have 2 points of contact, and neither one of those points of contact can give us 100%. So we need to work on how we consistently grip it. We need to have a controllable pressure on each side of the weapon, and we need to get that 365-degree grip to control the pistol. Not only are we pushing the pistol forward, we're pulling the pistol back, we're having a right effect and a left effect, but all those have to be. You need to work on dry firing to get the proper grip, to get to understand. The more you feel in control of the weapon and the more consistent you become, that's when accuracy comes. The more consistent you are, the more accurate you'll be. Number 3 is follow through. Most shooters release or cut the shot, then drop the gun to see where the impact of the bullet went. If you are in control of the weapon through trigger press and through trigger control and grip, you shouldn't have to worry about follow through. They should go where the bullet should go, exactly where you're aiming. So what I'd recommend is that you keep a hold of the weapon, maybe give you a pause effect, cut the shot, wait 2 seconds, and then cut the shot, wait 2 seconds. This is going to keep that weapon level. I've said it many times before, a level pistol shoots level. You have no ability to keep the weapon anywhere but level. If it's not level, then that's where the bullet's going to impact. A bullet, a handgun at an angle is a bullet at an angle. So number 3 was lack of follow through. Number 4 is poor sight discipline. Your eyes bounce, shift, focus, inconsistent, especially under pressure. So what we're thinking about here is we have to have that consistent point of aim. And the more consistent point of aim we have, the easier it is for us to understand. So poor consistency. Number 4 is poor sight discipline. Eyes bouncing, shifting, or focusing inconsistently, especially under pressure. So what we're trying to do is figure out keeping that weapon level, finding your sight system, thinking about the 6 o'clock hold. Remember, a consistent point of aim is a consistent point of accuracy. So we need to focus on that front post first and walk through everything else second. So the rear sight, front sight, and the target all need to be there, but your brain can only focus on one thing. So what we try to do is we want to try to get crystal clear on that front focus, front post, and then the back, the sight itself, and the back post should be a tad blurry. So you want to focus on break of the trigger, but make sure the sights don't bobble off as much. You can use a lot of different drills for this, but one of the good ones is the dot drill. So the dot drill gives you one shot placement. It's pretty good. There's a video on our YouTube channel that you can watch on that. Number 5 is not having a shot process. Most people just shoot. They don't have a shot routine. A repeatable process equals repeatable results. So we need to come up with some way of getting a system that's going to work for you. You know, like a mental checklist, like grip, and stance, and sight picture, and trigger press. You need to say it out loud too. It's a lot easier to build the system early and repeat it than forget stuff in the middle of it. This is why we always recommend students to do it in a routine, because when the routine starts, then you're going to be able to repeat it, process. And when you repeat it over and over and over, you become confident. And when you become confident, that's when the accuracy begins to come, because then we're running the gun through muscle memory more than anything else. 5 quick things every shooter overlooks is inconsistent trigger press. Number 2 is unstable grip. Number 3 is lack of follow-through. Number 4 is poor sight discipline. And number 5 is no shot process. So guys, if you want to tighten your groups and fix these issues for good, our handgun training system gives you weekly drills, targets, coaching to fix exactly this. If you're interested in our handgun training system, what it is, it's an online program that people throughout the United States are working with me Monday nights, 5:45. I give you a PowerPoint presentation of the weekly drill. You get the weekly drill from us. You get the PowerPoint presentation. You get a course-like system, and you get my feedback from your targets each week. You do your homework, you shoot your homework, you turn your homework in, and then we turn around and give you our recommendations on what you're doing wrong with the target. And it helps you become a better shooter. It's like having your own personal firearm instructor on a monthly basis. That price is only $29.99, and you get 4 drills a week, drills a month. You get 4 PowerPoints, 4 targets, 4 working with me, 4 free, all the stuff that we do. And it gives you the ability to become the best shooter you can be. Stop wasting ammo and time and get into one of our training systems. That way, your accuracy will come very quickly. Guys, as a firearms instructor who specializes in you, we put together a lot of this stuff for you guys to make sure that you have what you need and understand what you're doing wrong. And we put together some ebooks for you, and I want to give you one for free. What are the ebooks about? Well, they're about grip and stance and trigger control and sight picture and sight alignment. And if you want one of those, they're in the descriptions down below as well. And all you have to do at that point, Ted, put one book in the cart, put free book at checkout, and it's yours for free, gratis, no charge. But if you want to take a few more of those books and read them as well, we got those on special for you for $2.99. They're regularly $3.99, and you can add a few more to the cart, and it would not hurt my feelings, and you'd be sporting a family-owned business like mine. and we would appreciate you. So until next time, my name is John Johnson, and I specialize in you, and I appreciate you being here. You found any value in what I gave you today, make sure you tell a friend or a family member about us. We just got over 40,000 subscribers. We couldn't do it without you, and we appreciate you very much. Until next time, I love you.